So here we are once again. This is the first video from the beachcombing video. This is a big piece of junky cottonwood or something like that. I think it's a root piece. It's the cottonwood tree, or it's birch or something like that. I did clean up the back a bit, and there's some bug holes in it, little bug holes. Now that's possibly how the tree died. But before I get into this, I want to show you guys a gift that was just sent to me. I just got it in the mail this morning. Mr. Kicking Ass Grass from Texas made this Bowie knife for me. The stand and everything. Now, David's been a long time subscriber. And David, I call him Kicking Ass Grass, has sent me numbers of Dremels. He bought me a brand new Makita 800C die grinder and other things on top of that. Now, David, I want to be very clear. It's special to me when you make something for me and send it to me. Now, this Bowie knife, let me get it out of here without breaking it. Now, this Bowie knife, he wrote me a letter too, has a wood spirit he carved on there. This is a deer antler. I think it's from a 10-point deer that he shot. And he carved this wood spirit on there. He said I taught him how to do it. All this metal is from a lawnmower, old lawnmower blade, and he forged it, or he did it. I don't know if he forged it or did it himself. Look at all the cuts in the back of the metal. And the guard here too. Man, thank you so much, Dave. This will go probably, well, this is getting displayed for sure. I don't have as much room as I had before in my place, but trust me, I will put this by Just Carve Rob's dragon that he made me, the mouth opens. Those are my favorite gifts that I've gotten. This is absolutely beautiful. I can tell that this is Eastern red cedar with that purple color in there. He did the carving on the wood and set it. So he even did the notches in the wood to match the notches in the blade and stuff. So David Grass, personal, thank you very much for the support all of the years. I'm going to have to carve you something and get it to you. I got a bunch of antlers. Maybe I can carve you some, do a video carving deer antler, and I just sent you the wood spirit so you can make some knives out of the antler carvings I do, and then you could give them to your family members or something. So thank you very much, David Grass. It's absolutely beautiful. And man, how lucky am I? Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'm a pretty lucky guy. So if you watched the beachcombing video, you seen me find this piece. Now it's a pretty big piece for my Dremel table. Yep, it sure it is. It's going to make a mess. So when you got a piece like this, you got to look it over. Like I said, there's some bug holes in the back. I don't know. Oh, I can see a bug hole right here. Little tiny bug hole. So am I going to be bothered by those bug holes when I carve it? Like, would they affect the woods? There's another one right here. Probably going to affect, they're probably going to be more when I get deeper into the wood. So you got to look at it. You can see those cracks up there. Now, do I want to carve a wood spirit in this? I can make it so he's got windy hair up there. Look, you can even have this as a nose. That's the wood spirit's looking that way. Just know what you're getting into. I know that this is shitty wood to carve. It might be okay, but it's not cedar and it's not cottonwood bark, and those are my favorite two woods to carve. So what do I want to carve? Now I'm just going to sit here, maybe have another puff, drink some coffee, and ask Just Carve Rob. If it's a wood spirit, it's going to be a windy day wood spirit, so I'll make the hair go this way, then the beard go this way. If it's an owl and a nook, I'll just, I don't want to, I carve owls and I carve wood spirits. I sell them all day long, so why do I want to carve anything else? That's, just carve what you want. Don't worry about what any of your friends say. Oh, you keep carving wood spirits. Is that all you do, is those bearded faces? Yeah, it is all I do. What's it to you? How does it affect you at all? Well, it would be nice to see you try and carve something else, but I don't want to carve anything else. Now go away. Shoo, shoo. So I sent Mr. Kicking Ass David Grass a message asking him what I should carve in this. I'll do it in his honor, but I haven't heard back from him, so he's run out of time. So I also asked Just Carve Rob. He said wood spirits, like not one, but he said wood spirits with an S on it. So maybe, like I said, I don't know about this wood. And another thing, when you got a piece of driftwood like this, you can see some quilting in here. When you got a piece of wood like this, do you want to keep some driftwood look to it, or do you want to clean it all? That's the question I'm asking myself right now. I'm thinking about putting an owl and a nook in here, and then maybe some wood spirits around the nook, huh? What do you think, eh? Huh? I just did a wood spirit video. Come on, guys. Like, I don't know. Okay, so I don't want to carve all this wood. I want to keep some of it gray. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my, like I can see the wood is cracked right here. Those are cracks. But I think that's just from the shitty outside wood just getting weatherized or whatever it's called, cracking. So I think I'm going to pull out my Fordham and I'm going to clean up an area, but keep the ends gray. So I'll keep gray here and then gray up here too. How's that? Woods, owl and a nook and some wood spirits around it. We'll start off with the owl and the nook. I can kind of see a face right here, two eyes, and a nose. The shit pops out to me all the time. Anyways, maybe it's telling me to do wood spirits. All right, so when you're carving this type of wood or any type of wood, I suggest always clean off the area of what you want to carve. Now, this is still pretty soft wood on the outside. I haven't, we'll just call this the sapwood because it is the outside of the branch or the root. I believe this might be a root piece, but it could be a huge branch too or whatever. But so the outside wood's still pretty soft, even though I've cleaned it up. And I remember when I first started carving and I had a piece of wood like this, and when I took off the gray stuff, actually, I could see some pink and purple in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see some. I'm like, wow, I got some friggin' foreign wood from some crazy country that has pink and purple in it, and I'm so excited. But that's not the case. It's just that color in there, if you can see it, it's basically just from the salt water. Or water just doing that effect to it. There's a little bit down here too. So no, it's not crazy foreign wood. So far, but it's not too much bug holes. But we got to carve. We got lots of depth to carve in here. We got lots of depth. There's about like 4 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. How big do you want to make your owl? And well, where do you want to put it? So we got to make sure this piece is straight in front of us, center line. Actually, it would probably be better to hang this piece up first. Let it hang. Draw your center line when it's hanging, but I don't have that time right now. So let's go for a center line here. I think that will be straight. If it's a little bit crooked when it's hanging, no big deal. I don't think so anyways. How do you want to do your nook? We want to carve wood spirits on the outside of it. So let's just kind of, you can make it so they're cracked and all different ways to do things. Let's just kind of, you can go like this and make it look like I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say, but if you kind of went like this, you kind of knew what it would be shaped like, but let's just kind of, well, that's what I was starting to do. Give it some more room on let's give it a twist up here. That's now our owl head. Kind of want your owl to be leaning. You can carve this like so because if you take your owl, see all this negative space, my owl head's here. All this, you got to carve deeper in there, but the more that you have your owl head in there, the less negative space that you have to carve deeper around. If that makes any sense. This thing's going to be pretty full with an owl. It's just going to be kind of like that. And then we'll just kind of It's just going to be here. This is the owl. So then you have your center mark here. Anyways, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to worry about this owl right now. Is I'm going to carve on the outside of this line with my Fordham. On the outside of the line to remove it. Then I'm going to carve deep inside here and carve into the harder wood on the inside. Then we can redraw our owl back on. And when I'm at it, I might try and make it so it's like sloped in there. So it's like a triangle inside there and the point would be in the middle. That's the easier way too to get some depth and roundness. I don't know. Just depends how much you want to do, huh? So here's a tongue twister for you. This is a very, 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 very soft wood. Yes. You can see the depth I got in there. I kept on carving deeper to try and finally hit the hardwood. Well, there is no hardwood. It's just soft wood. It's a lot softer than this cottonwood bark. Here's just a little owl that I carved for my buddy's daughter. She's my best friend Tim on Vancouver Island. His daughter's going to a college somewhere in Canada, I think, not around here. And you asked me to carve her a little owl to put on her wall or to sit on a desk to be able to send her for her journey to protect her over or something, or the wise owl or something like that. Anyways, this is kind of what we're going for in here. So you can already see an owl in there, can't you? It's a fat one. It's already got shape. Anyways, let's put the camera in the overhead and carve this very, 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 very soft wood. All right, like I said, this is a pretty big carving for me to do on this Dremel table. I'm pretty far away, like back this way right now. But anyways, let's get it done. So the owl head, where do you want it? Let's go like this. Go like this. We'll just give it a little bit of shape right here. So that would be its wing thing, his neck and his wing. So now all we have to do is cut on this line, cut on this line, and remove the wood back here. So you don't have to remove it deeper anywhere on the sides or on that side. Because the deeper you get into the carving, the harder it is to move your Dremel because it will hit this edge. Pretend this is my Dremel. And you're trying to get in there, but you're hitting this edge. Same with that other side. Now, where do you want the wing? Okay, so let's put a center line on the face here. Where do you can have it your wing any way, which way you want. It's a freaking fantasy thing. So it's looking over the side, right? Then you can just go like this. So we'll have to carve a little bit deeper down in here too. Then your wing patterns, however you want to do it. This is the standard pattern. So this one will be going this way. These ones will be coming down this way. I don't want to draw too much with this pen because, well, this one will be coming this way. And these ones will be coming long down, the big flapper wing feather parts. And then your beak will be, where do you want to put your beak? Beak will be here. So I'm just kind of doing my owls a different way now. And then you just kind of carve it in like that. And this will be, I think this is a more standard way to do the owls. Then your eyes will be in here. These are just reference lines. Then you got your flapper thing for underneath your beak. Then your feathers will all come down here. Now I don't have any poly shade or anything here to make this owl a different color. I got a wood burning pen, but that'll take me a million years to wood burn this. So let's get the depth carved in there deeper. I'm going to still use the extreme to carve the depth in there, but I'll show you guys how to flatten it out. And some more, you don't even need to have, you don't even need to carve deeper here. You can just, that can just be the body. You can just, anyways, you understand? You understand what I got going here? It's a good screenshot. Okay. Okay, so, all right, so I got my, all right, so I got my dust mask on. I just got it pulled down. So I'm going to carve deep inside here. If there's something that I think I need to say, I'll stop. Once I get this depth carved back in the back, I'm going to, I'll switch burrs, but I'm still going to use the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. 3, 2, 1, ignite the dust fan. Okay, I gotta switch burrs now. Okay, I don't have my microphone plugged in, but I switched over to the Kutzall Silver Burr. This is the flame. I'm gonna go along around here, and I'm gonna carve the body deeper. I'm gonna carve all around this wing, and carve around these eyes, because your eyes are here, right? And I carve deeper around here, and I'm gonna remove all the wood on here. Let me show you. So all in here, all this wood is going to be removed. A little bit deeper. You don't have to go too much deeper. All right? Okay, so this owl's got a square head, so let's, you know, like I said, this is really hard for me to carve. It's big for my table to move around and stuff like that. So let's just kind of round off the head, the square edges here. And then what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm kind of rushing here. I shouldn't rush. Okay, you can see I started cutting in the feathered patterns for the wings or whatever. This guy, look, this owl looks like he's wearing sunglasses. I don't have my mic plugged in, I just can't. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to scoop inside these eyes, make them look like a bowl inside there. 1, 2. And you want to have this center point your high point. Okay? You're going to get some parts of the carving where it's going to look funny. And right now is kind of where it looks funny. Okay, so now if you look at the head, it sticks pretty far away from the wing. The beak's far, you got that big gap in there. I don't know why you guys can see this. Wing, it's not too bad. But one thing I learned, if you think your head's too tall, and like if your eye fluffer things are too far away, so your wing's right here for you better to see, then your fluffer thing's right here. Just carve in another fluffer thing down here. Try and make them the same. You know, carve that. You could even carve another one coming down here if you wanted to. Brings the head and the wing more together. Or you could carve it deeper in here and then bring the wing up higher. This is what I'm talking about, carving deeper. Carving deeper fixes your mistakes. This is the Cutsaw Skinny Taper Gold Burr. So I'm just gonna go. So this guy, oh yeah, you got your flapper thing that you want to have in there. You don't have to have it, and that hides space too. So I'm gonna go like not straight in, but I'm gonna kind of do an undercut underneath that flap, the eye flapper fluffer thing. Now I'm going to go around the beak. I'll really zoom in for this. Oops. Break time. So I just got a reply from David. He said wood spirits. Just carve. Rob said wood spirits. Well, here's a hooter. Now, what I look at when you step back, you look at your piece, you're drinking your coffee. This side of the eye is wider than this side. This side is, so this one's wider. This one is lower. But it's all right. I think it's all right. Now, what's your next step? I think we should, coming from experience selling carvings, I think you'd probably have a better chance selling this if you didn't do the wood spirits on it. And I do want to carve to sell carvings right now to make money. But I don't know. Let's just keep focusing on this owl. When we're focusing on this owl, we can think about what we're going to do here and up here. Carving real eyes, I think it's kind of like something like this. I don't know. I'm not really an owl eye carver. You got to give it all the hair textures and the beard textures still, and you got to. I think I'm just gonna probably hollow out these eyes and maybe do a little bit of an epoxy pour with some orange or yellow in there or something. I'm not too sure yet. But there's a side view just carved up. So I think what I'm going to do is do all the texture. I'm going to cut in all the texture hairs up here and along here, and then maybe do some of these lines. We might have to pull out our wood burning pen, turn it down because this wood is so very, 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 very soft. So I think to do the little details, I'm going to use this little cut saw detailing burr. This is gold. It's gold. If you guys want to get these cut saws, if I didn't say, just go to the description below. It will take you to the cut saw site. You don't have to enter the code CFusion anymore. Just whatever you're going to buy at checkout, I think you'll save yourself I don't know if it's 5% or 10%, but anyways, there's a link to the cut saw site down below. Now I'm going to start carving in all the stuff things. So what I'm doing there, I do my cut, like all these little ones. I do the cut. First of all, I did an undercut, right? Because you want these feathers to look like they're underneath that one. I do all the cuts. So first, okay, slow down, Joy. First of all, I go along, I do the undercut. Then I cut these in. Then I go back on the inside here and cut it again, because if you get any little bumps in there, it will just clean them up. All right. Now I'm just going to do a bunch of little feathers down here like this. I won't film. I want to put on some music, listen, and then I'm going to go along and, well, I think I'm just going to do I'm going to hollow out in here, and then I'm going to do the things like this. Kind of like that. If you know what I mean, if you know what I mean, I mean, you know what I mean. So here's what we come up with so far. I did all those details with that little detailing burr. For the eyes, I use this round silver, what's called a sphere burr. I just plugged it in there, tried to make them. And for the back here, I just same thing with this burr. I just did some stippling. You can get a smaller burr and do smaller ones now. So I think, you know, this wood's so soft. I've been having debates about how to finish that owl and possibly wood burn it. But if I'm going to wood burn it, I'm going to do that later tonight. I got to hook up a fan up in the top of my table here before I do that, so it sucks up all the smoke. Now, do I want to put some wood spray? I think this is a beautiful piece without, I could carve all down here to make it look like bark. But you know what? If you do what you want to do, I'm going to carve friggin' wood spirits on here. I asked Just Carve Rob. Just Carve Rob says carve wood spirits before anything was carved on this. I asked David Grass. They both said wood spirits. So I'm going to do wood spirits on here. Now, I kind of want these wood spirits to kind of look like smoke. The beards and the mustache hairs to kind of look like smoke going up and carrying on. I don't think I'm going to show carving these wood spirits. I got lots of wood spirit videos and stuff like that. So how do you want to do this? Let's just draw it out, and I'll talk while I'm drawing it so I can kind of give you guys how I think. I think, you got the nice straight bottom here, but I think just I want to tilt it a bit, and it would just be too straight. This owl's already straight. So let's do our center line this way right here. Then our forehead. Forehead 3 points. I learned that from Sticks and Stones. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Our eyebrows. Let's give this guy, well, let's try and make him have a big fat nose. Actually, no, let's not do that. Well, my noses are always big and fat noses anyways. So there's your nose. Now, I want his mustache to come up here. So you want to give it some movement in there too. This is fantasy. I'm basically, for all those new to the channel, I'm basically a fantasy carver, because fantasy can be whatever you want it to be. And this one can come down like this. So once I get carving, I'll kind of figure out how I'm going to do this. Now, We got quite a bit of depth in here. So I think half a face. So this point would be your center line. Let's bring it down a little bit lower here. This point would be your center line. Your eyebrows would be here. On your forehead here. Then your nose. Boom. Boom. And then boom. All right. Now this mustache can bleed into this other mustache here. And then you still have to give him a lip in there. And these lines are just reference lines for me. So there'll be 1, 2. Then his hair is going to come up here. You know, you could always carve a flower up here. Two. Boom, boom, boom. This isn't the best wood to be carving a whole bunch of stuff on because it's so soft. But I'm trying to show people that this is a junky piece of wood from the beach. And then your hair is going to come all up here and then go up here. Now you got a 1, 2. Now let's carve another one right up here. So your forehead. This one's kind of tricky. Your eyebrows. Your nose. The more that you do stuff like this, the more you're gonna understand it. And then this can come down here. You could put another flower in here. I don't want to do too many flowers. And then your beard will come down here. Then you can make it so the hair comes up here and it's all like this. That's my thinking process. 3 wood spirits, odd numbers, the art bullshit. A flower, that's 1. That's an odd number. Art bullshit. You can put another flower down here, but forget that. Your beard hairs come down here. These ones are going to kind of follow up here. These ones are going to follow up here, and then they're going to break off and go down here and just basically almost carving this whole friggin' piece. So I got to clean up all down here first. I'm just going to leave a little bit of the gray down here. And then I'm going to carve. I'm going to put on my dust mask. I'm going to hit it heavy hands. And I'm going to block it out. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. You guys are probably saying, no, just carve it so it looks like bark. Well, I'm not you. You're not me. And your carvings aren't going to look like mine. Mine are going to look like mine. My microphone's not plugged in right now, but it's always good to look at your drawing. Now I see this face is tilted this way and this one's tilted this way. So this face should almost be tilted that way to offset them, but that's all right. Ah, man, yeah, I gotta tilt this one this way. Shit. What do you guys think so far? Now to the tricky part. Freaking tall this thing is. Woo, 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 woo. Stormy. That means cats are happy. Psst. Gotta make it like candy. Okay, so what do you guys think now? This very well could be one of the thinnest snows I've ever carved. Man, this wood is like carving a friggin'. It's like carving foam with a hot knife. I don't know how else to say it. I thought about saying a rotten pumpkin with your Dremel, but this wood is so soft. All I can really think about is how I'm going to finish it. Like what I'm going to do for a finish. So, what do you guys think now? Let me cover this light up to get some better shadow effects. You got to understand that this isn't like a couple days carved. This is a few hours carving for me. I probably think I've carved this for like 2 hours right now, maybe 2.5. So my carvings I do on YouTube are not carvings that take me a week to do. They're just fast carvings. That's how I carve. I'd probably be a much better carver if I took my time and took my time. Now, if you look in here, there's no straight lines. S lines are very, another thing I want to point out to, and I'm allowed to, this is my video. If you look at this face, there's no center, pretend the center line would come down here. This mustache is pushed. Look at the nostril here and look at here. Now look at the lip comes past the nostril here, but the lip stops on the nostril there. This beard needs to be pushed over that way. I could cut it over more and then extend the lip, but that's okay. It's all right. I'm really wondering, if you ask my opinion, this carving's turning out pretty good because like I said, the wood is so friggin' soft, very, very, very soft. I'm still debating how to finish this. Anything I put on this wood is just gonna suck it in like there's no tomorrow. I'm thinking about giving it a clear coat, then a black wash. I'm thinking about having to drive to the next town over, get some of that, what's that stuff that I used to use? Minwax poly shade, some brown. There's so many ways to finish it. And I've ruined so many pieces by putting a finish on it too. So you don't always have to put a finish on your pieces. If you sell this, somebody say, well, it's an indoor piece. It needs to stay indoor. It's just has no finish on it. Anyways, I think this spirit here looks more like a ghost spirit. So I'm calling this one the king ghost spirit. This one's going to have real eyes. This one's going to be just the way it is. And this one's going to have real eyes. And I'm going to try and get this one, the real eyes, to be looking this way. And this one to be looking down that way, guarding the king spirit when he's sleeping. It's just stuff you come up with when you're doing the carving. Okay, I'm going to carve eyes. And I'm not going to film. I'm going to use this Dremel cuts all bit again. Give them little squinty eyes. Don't forget to sign your pieces. Ah, boy. Man, this was some kind of wood to carve, I tell you. All right, here it comes. There's the one eye, eyebrows, hooter, flower, wood spirit, the king spirit, and this frumpy old dude down here. I know lots of you people that watch my videos struggle with carving realistic eyes. The more that you do, the better you're going to get. And the more that you plug in and carve each corner of each eye deeper, the better you're going to get. Just plug in and do it. I see on all my videos, the easiest eyes are going to look this way or that way. Very seldom do you see my eyes looking straight on you. I can do it, but this is just easier, and I'm lazy. So this guy looks happy. This guy looks like the king. And this one just looks like, that's definitely a wood spirit right there, that one. Oh, yes. So everything's flowing. No straight lines. Practice drawing your S lines. Just get a pen, and S lines can come in hook shapes, smooth shapes. They can come in anything. They can be backwards. They can be upside down. S lines, nothing straight. Everything round. This line here almost looks straight, but You blend it all up. Look at this guy. Looks like a friggin' madman. Now, I'm still, what's the word called? Procrastinating about, I'm kind of stuffed up. Sorry if you hear me breathing out of my nose, like my nose, a nose whistle. um, I don't know. Maybe I have to go to the next town over and get some of that thing stuff, or maybe I should clear coat it and give it a black wash. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You guys aren't here to ask. So I got to refilm this because my microphone wasn't on. I don't want to do a voiceover. An hour and a half later, so I drove to the next town. And on the drive, I was just thinking about this piece. And I had a picture of it. And I looked at it. I've ruined tons of carvings by putting a color finish on them. Tons. I don't want to ruin this piece. This was a very tricky piece of wood to carve. It was so soft. But I told you guys I'm going to find a piece of beech from the wood, like a piece of wood from the beech, like you guys can, and carve it. And that's what I'm doing. This isn't cedar. This isn't cottonwood bark. This is actually cotton wood, almost rotting cottonwood, very punky, very soft. Now, when I was going to Rona to get the Spar Earth, the Minwax tinted stuff, whatever it's called, Polyshade, I said, nope, don't do it. What I did is I went to the dollar store and got 2 tubes of this Mod Podge mat. From my experiences, when you put this Mod Podge on, say if I got that spray stuff that I always use, I'd have to do 10 coats to make this because it would keep sucking it in. This Mod Podge is thick. It's just like glue, and it kind of sits on the top. But this wood is so porous, meaning it sucks it in. It will suck this in a bit. And then I decided, yeah, I'm going to Mod Podge it, and I'm going to give it a black wash after this Mod Podge dries, maybe a day or two later. And also, so I got some Glossette raisins for the dollar store too. You guys like these? I love them. This wood burner, cheap wood burner from Amazon. Right here, you can get them in green or blue. I think this is in my store, Amazon store. I have to wood burn that owl. I have to paint inside the spirits nostrils black and wood burn around that flower. And then maybe even paint this beak yellow or black. I'll probably just paint it black and paint inside those eyes black. So that's what I got to do. I got to wood burn, and I got to turn this sucker. Usually this is how I would burn, like that, maximum. My Dremel's always maximum, but this one I think I need to turn it way down because this wood, again, is so soft. I probably could just paint this owl brown and scuff the high points, but you know, if you, okay, say I'm somewhat happy with this owl. Say if you carve a shitty owl, you can save it by the wood burning. Anyways, I'm going to be here till, well, this is the part that takes a long time, but this is the part that also gives your carving that really bang, pop, boom thing. This someone's here. I'm just going to, oh, I guess I can turn it up. Screw it. Let's just do it all maximum. Let's just get this shit done. Because for me, this is the boring part. But it's the part, like I said, it's the part that makes your thing pop. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should just paint it brown and scuff it up. Boy. I cut out that eye because, well, I thought it looked too cartoony. So, there's all the wood burning done. I did start sanding it, but I said, I'll wait. I painted it inside the eyes, wood burn around the flower, and painted in the nostrils black. So I'm getting the hell out of this room because it's a sauna in here. I'm going to clean it up first, get out of here. Then what I'm going to do is get some sandpaper and lightly scuff up the high points on this owl to make it so it's not so dark. Some sandpaper. Then I'm going to Mod Podge it. Well, I'm still in the room. I haven't gone anywhere. This is some sandpaper. All I'm going to do is sand the high points a little bit. Not much. I think this is 80 grit. I just don't want it to look so black because the Mod Podge is going to make it go a bit darker. You know, I haven't even really sanded this whole piece like I normally do. It's just too soft. It's kind of weird actually because, well, you hear me complaining how soft the wood throughout the whole video, but it actually was, it kind of wood burns slow. So I don't know. It's all different. I think that's enough. It's kind of funny right here, but that's fine. Now the Mod Podge, I'm going to get this in a container and put it on. All right, you can see I got it in the container here. Now I think putting the Mod Podge on consistent, like don't leave clumps of it, I imagine it's going to dry pretty quick because it's friggin' warm in this room. It's like a sauna because the sun's blaring here. So you want to get it on as fast as you can. And like I said, not clumpy. Try and get everywhere too. I know this kind of, when you're pushing down on this brush, it wrecks it, but this is just a throwaway brush anyways. Let's do this flower. So like I said, I'm rushing it. Maybe you guys don't have to rush. Don't be a Geordie. So I spread it out the best I can. All you can do is the best you can. Because sometimes if you don't spread this stuff out that good and you leave it on clumpy, it will dry kind of like a cloudy. But it's tough to get it into all these little nooks and crannies. So anyways, I'll get this Mod Podge on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this video today. I got to at least wait till tomorrow for this Mod Podge to dry, because it is going on thick some places. And then I'm going to end it off with a black wash. So I guess we'll just call this one here for now. You can see already it's not really changing the wood. It may go a little bit darker, but this stuff basically sits on top of the wood. All right, now we just let it dry. So it's way later that night, and the Mod Podge is, well, pretty well dry. When I was out watering my plants tonight, I had this sitting out in the sun. When I was out watering my plants tonight, I just thought to myself, I'm pretty lucky. I look over at this piece, and I'm pretty lucky to have found something that I love to do. And when I was looking at this piece, you can see how this wood is, the natural color is kind of like a grayish brown. I said, I think this piece does need some color. So I painted the beak bright yellow, but then it was too bright, so I mixed it up with some black. Then I painted the flower, thinking of the flower I was looking at downstairs. Then I painted inside the eyes black. When I looked at the eyes, the paint was still wet and they were kind of shiny. So I said to myself, well, if they look shiny, how could I make them stay looking shiny? Yeah, I could pour some epoxy in there, but epoxy goes yellow after a while. So why not just get a little tiny brush like this, dab it with white, and put some little white spots in there. And that's what I did. You learn something new every day. Now I wish I did the that shoe that I did, and I had the cherry blossom with the petals floating. I wish I had some petals painting orange floating in here, but I don't. But I'm really starting to like this piece. And, you know, how lucky am I to be able to go find wood on the beach? Yeah, the struggle was real carving this piece. It sure was. Let me turn this other light on here. The struggle was real. This wood is so friggin' soft. But take a look. The more you do, the more you're going to learn what burrs to use for what types of wood. Yeah, the owl's head's kind of square. Don't care. I think my favorite part of this carving is these lines right here. Those are probably my favorite part of that carving. It's like what I love to look at. The more you do, the better you're going to get. No, this is not a friggin' masterpiece that belongs in a crazy art gallery, but it's something that I'm happy with. If you guys knew the struggle with a piece of wood. Now, I got my black wash all. Oh, so since I did that owl eyes like that, I did this one too. Why not? It's my new thing. Anyways, I got the black wash here. Just because I think this is dry, the Mod Podge, it's probably not dry. So I'm going to give this all, I'm going to let it sit in the sun all day tomorrow. And I'm going to finish this video tomorrow night. What I'm going to do tomorrow, where's that piece of wood here? Stand by. This piece of cedar I found on the beach, first growth Western red cedar, I'm going to carve. I thought about it. I could carve it. This is going to fall over here. Hold on a second. Let me give you the wider view. I could flatten this bottom to make it so it sits up straight on a desk. Like that. Carve something in there. I could even carve this side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carve one of my eagles on here like this. So it will be a wall hanger like that. Now, it's not going to be the full eagle. I'm just going to make it so the wings here, the wings right here, and it breaks off down here, and then the head will be up here. Maybe we'll even do a screaming eagle. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. So this video will be out after this one. I'm not going to show you this one, but this is going to make sure it's 100% dry. Mod Podge tomorrow. Mod Podge it tomorrow evening. And finish this video for this one. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what? It's about 10 minutes later. Let's do the black wash now. This is dry enough. You want to get deep in those eyes, in your deep spots. Now, I don't want to leave this paint on there too much, so let's just do little area by a little area. You know, I don't even think I really needed to give it the black wash, but it just... How would you know what it would look like if you didn't do it? If that makes sense to you. This is just dollar store acrylic paint mixed with water. All right, now here's an old t-shirt. Oh yeah, that's going to be the ticket for sure. This is going to make this sucker look super old. Now, the more that you wipe it off, the more you're going to get the high points too. Stay in there again too. It's going to really work good for that stippling behind the owl, up top behind the owl, up here. Let's do it right up here. Not too much, just a little bit. I'm not going to black wash the owl. I guess I could. So there's a stippling done, really makes it highlighted. So anyways, let's just keep going here. I've made some mistakes recently on some videos where I did the black wash. Well, I made it too. I used too much paint, and it kind of just, well, wiping it off, it just made the piece look black, I guess you could say. You got to sometimes really get in there to get the black off the. Oh yeah, this friggin' mint. Okay, so you guys see how that does. The more that you wipe it, the more you get the color to come back. You can, get your t-shirt. I'm sure, like, this is kind of dummy, but you could get your t-shirt and get a little thing. Get in there, the deeper spots where you want the black to be out of. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, I'll get this all done, and I'll be back. This is a spent mold that I did of the green man. I'm going to give this a black wash too. I spilt my thing on my thing, so might as well use this up. Oh yes. Oh yeah, way better. Way better. Anyways, I'll finish this off line 2. I don't have my microphone plugged in. Alright, so there's that one black wash too. Now, I sanded the high, I black washed the whole thing, then I sand the high points on the cement just to give it the extra character. Anyways, let's get back to the star of the show. So there you go. That's going to be it for this one, everybody. Woo, woo. I don't know why I give the owl a black wash. His beak kind of went, well, there's no more yellow there. That's okay. It just looks more antiqued. That's it. Let's see if we can get some better lighting here. You got to cut me some slack with this new table. I'm just figuring out the lighting. But hopefully it's going better. Let's give you a close-up of this. The black wash sure makes it. I love it with the black wash now. Like, I don't really love this piece. Okay, so let's give you a close-up of this. The black wash sure makes, like, deep inside those eyes where the pupils are, the forehead, age lines, the eyebrows, makes everything pop. Just curve Rob's side view. This thing's kind of heavy a little bit. Now, for the back, I've already showed you, sign your pieces. I just got this hanger here. And so sometimes it's like trial and error how to hang a weird shaped piece like this. So I did have one here. I had one here. I had a wire here. Didn't work. So then I put this one up over here. So let's see how it hangs. I tried it. It hangs. I got a nail up there, and let's put on the nail to end this video. These little things you get on Amazon, you get like packs of 50 or 100. I normally like the one with the two. It's got the longer back. It has 2 holes, but this is what I got here. So anyways. All right. So that's it. It's hanging up. Perfect. You got to kind of check the balance too to see if like there's an earthquake, if it will shake too much. No, it's pretty good. So that's it, everybody. Hope this has been able to help some of you. Be well, carve deeper. And for the very beginners, any type of wood you get, softwood, hardwood, any type of wood you get, and the more different types of wood you get, the better, the more you're going to learn, and the faster you're going to learn what types of wood that you love to carve, and what types of wood you don't love to carve. On to the eagle tomorrow. Look at the messy background of this table now. It's not staying clean for too long, is it? Sorry, one more thing. Again, how could I forget about this beautiful knife that my good friend over there in Texas made me, kicking ass grass. Let's look at this again. I think he said it was a lawnmower blade. I should have read the note again. Or a leaf spring. Oh, there he signed it too. Perfect. Sign your pieces. Sign your pieces. What does that say, Dave? David Grass. A Grass. T.A. Grass. 2025. Anyways, good enough. So, Dave, like I said, I'll be carving you some antlers sooner or later. I got a box. I got a whole tote of different types of antlers, and this is a tip of a moose antler, I think. But I'm going to be carving you some wood spirits on the antlers and send them to you. But I got to talk to you what type you're looking for. And Glenn out there in Quebec, I haven't forgot your. I've saved this piece of moose bone, and I haven't had to forget to carve it. I'm going to carve this sooner or later too. Winter times when I do more Dremel carving. Besides this week's Dremel carving. Thanks again, Dave. Thank you.